On February 19th, police arrived at Sandringham at 8 in the morning. By 9, the king's brother was in custody. 4 weeks later, Camilla has lost 15 things, and 5 more are coming. Thames Valley Police confirmed it. Hello caught Camilla dodging Epstein questions on camera. Radar Online confirmed William is issuing ultimatums. Closest friend, cut off. Private home, signed away. Abuse victim credibility, shattered at her own speech. Today, I'm revealing all 20, from abandoned allies to William's power plays to walls closing in. By the end, you'll see why Camilla's 30-year plan is falling apart. Number 7 is the panic move, a property transfer the palace never addressed. Number 20, she can't buy it back. For everyone who waited 27 years, it starts with silence. Number 1, the silent shield. On February 4th, 2026, 15 days before Andrew's arrest, Camilla arrived at Christchurch Primary School in Camden. An ITV News reporter was waiting, camera rolling, and the reporter asked, "Will the royal family help the Epstein investigation? Do you have a message for Epstein's victims, Your Majesty?" Camilla said nothing, walked straight into the building. Hello Magazine confirmed it. ITV broadcast the video. And then on February 19th, the day of Andrew's arrest, it happened again. She left a concert at Sinfonia Smith Square Hall. As she walked to her car, she was asked, "Are you concerned about Andrew's arrest, Your Majesty?" Hello confirmed it. She waved, didn't answer. Think about what that means. The woman who spent years championing violence against women, who wears a Shame Must Change Sides badge from a rape survivor, was asked about Epstein's victims. Twice, on camera, said nothing. Both times. Charles made a statement. William and Kate backed it publicly. Even Prince Edward spoke up at the World Government Summit. Camilla, a wave and silence. Not a word. Diana would have answered. And that contrast is following Camilla to every event now. The silence is broken, but the next loss is the one that stripped away her biggest shield. And it wasn't a person. It was a scandal. And the shield she lost? It has been protecting her for years without anyone noticing. Number 2, the family buffer. Andrew was Camilla's buffer. Not her friend, her shield. As long as Andrew occupied the scandal column, Camilla's past stayed in the shadows. The press had a bigger target. The public had a bigger villain. On February 19th, Thames Valley Police arrested Andrew on suspicion of misconduct in public office. NBC, CNN, CBS, NPR, every major outlet confirmed it. Held for 11 hours. Released under investigation. And suddenly, the buffer was gone. The scandal didn't shrink. It expanded. The entire York branch of the family is imploding. Now the scandal is touching everyone around Andrew, including the Queen. And the next one broke a record that hadn't been broken in 4 centuries. When you hear what the palace didn't know, you'll understand why the whole structure is cracking. Number 3, the stability narrative. NPR reported it. The first arrest of a member of the royal family in approximately 400 years. 400 years. The narrative that the monarchy is stable, dignified, above the law, shattered in a single morning. CNN confirmed Buckingham Palace wasn't even given prior warning. Police notified the Home Office 30 minutes before. The palace learned about it from the news. And what's coming at number 7 makes this look like a warm-up. I need you to hear this. The institution Camilla married into, the institution that reportedly spent over £100 million on her coronation, was blindsided by its own country's police force. That's not a crisis. That's a structural failure. And Camilla's title sits on top of a structure that just cracked. Remember the panic move at number 7? What comes next builds towards it. The structure cracked, but what Camilla lost next was personal. Charles' undivided attention, the one thing she's always relied on. And this one changed the daily reality inside the palace. Number 4, Charles' full attention. Charles issued a statement within hours of Andrew's arrest. referred to his brother as Andrew Mountbatten Windsor, no royal title, said, "The law must take its course," then went to London Fashion Week, same day. And 10 days before the arrest, February 9th, Charles was heckled in Clitheroe. Someone shouted, "Charles, how long have you known about Andrew and Epstein?" CNN confirmed it. The questions aren't waiting for press conferences anymore. Stay with me. The king is managing a criminal investigation, cancer treatment, a fractured family, and a press corps that smells blood. Camilla is no longer the center of his attention. Too many fires. Us Weekly reported Camilla advised Charles to hold reins as long as possible, but the reins aren't in his hands anymore. Charles is distracted, and what happened outside Westminster Abbey on Commonwealth Day, in front of the world, proved the public has turned. The images from that day, the palace couldn't suppress a single one. Number 5. Her ability to ignore protesters. Commonwealth Day, March 2026. Protesters at Westminster Abbey. Signs reading, "What did you know?" and "Not my king." Anti-monarchy chants. Epstein placards. The royal family walked past them into the service, and the BBC scrapped its live broadcast. GB News confirmed it. The BBC blamed funding challenges. First time in 37 years. You decide what the real reason is. Before Andrew's arrest, these protesters were fringe. Now they're mainstream. For 30 years, Operation PB controlled how Camilla was presented to the public. Friendly journalists, managed photo ops, carefully staged appearances, and give her team credit, days after the arrest, they staged a Paddington Bear photo to push Andrew off the front pages. Woman and Home called it a successful distraction, but it didn't last. The protests blew it up. That machinery is broken now. Every public event Camilla attends carries the risk of another camera, another question, another moment she can't control. Diana dealt with hostile press for years and turned it into power. Camilla can't do that. PR control gone. But the next loss was the one William forced, and it proved who really holds the power in that family. This one made me sit up straight. Number 6. Sarah Ferguson. William gave Camilla an ultimatum. Cut all ties with Sarah Ferguson. No ambiguity, no half measures. Radar Online confirmed it. An insider said, "The only responsible strategy is total separation from Fergie and Andy." William told everyone in the monarchy that Sarah is unwelcome going forward. OK Magazine reported Ferguson genuinely believed Camilla would offer some form of discreet backing. And it never came. No call, no support, no loyalty. Camilla dropped her closest friend to survive because Diana's son told her to. Does that sound like a queen with power? William, the Prince of Wales, told the queen to drop her friend, and she obeyed. That tells you exactly how scared she is. We're 6 in, but the panic move I told you about, number 7, is the loss Camilla inflicted on herself. A property she owned for 30 years, signed away days after the arrest, and the palace hasn't said a word about it. Number 7. Ray Milhouse. Days after Andrew's arrest, Camilla transferred Ray Milhouse, her only private home, to trustees representing her children. Land Registry confirmed it. Hello and the Daily Mail reported it. 30 years of ownership, gone in a single filing. Son-in-law Harry Lopez and financier Jake Irwin are now the registered owners. Camilla doesn't officially own her own home anymore. I want to get to the 5 losses coming next. The ones involving her charities, her security, and her legacy. But first, understand what this transfer means. You don't give away your only private home unless you already know the public ones aren't safe. She didn't wait for William to act. She acted first. Actually, forget self-preservation. This is a woman preparing for exile. She surrendered her home. But what she lost at her own International Women's Day speech, in front of Helen Mirren, in front of cameras, was the credibility she built her entire public identity on. And this next one, this is the one that made me furious. Number 8. The Hypocrisy Shield. March 10th, 2026. St. James Palace. International Women's Day. Camilla stood at the podium and said, "To every survivor of every kind of violence, please know that you are not alone." She wore Giselle Pellicot's Shame Must Change Sides badge, spoke about silence enabling violence. Let me rephrase that. She spoke about other people's silence, not her own. Not a word about Andrew, not a word about Epstein. Radar Online reported a source saying, "There is a lot of anger over Camilla's speech. Helen Mirren and Sherry Blair sat in the audience, and Camilla stood at the podium talking about shame, while her own family's shame filled every headline in the country." Diana spoke about bulimia when nobody would. Diana hugged AIDS patients when nobody would. The Telegraph had previously reported Camilla was instrumental in stripping Andrew's titles because he was compromising her work supporting sex abuse victims. And now her brother-in-law has been arrested over Epstein. The hypocrisy writes itself. Credibility shattered. And the one Diana supporters have been waiting for is next, because Kate is doing what Diana couldn't. Number 9. Her shield against Kate. Before Andrew's arrest, Camilla and Kate maintained a fragile truce. After, National Examiner reported Camilla is now openly combative towards Kate. Here's why. Kate is stepping up during the crisis, doing what the public expects a future queen to do, and it's making Camilla look bad. Sources say Camilla does not appreciate Kate inserting herself, but Kate isn't inserting herself. She's replacing Camilla in real time, in front of the cameras. Diana's ring on Kate's hand, Diana's sons backing Kate's every move, and Camilla can't stop any of it. Kate rising, and the polling numbers from before the arrest already devastating. Number 10. Public trust. YouGov, October 2025. Camilla at 45% positive, 41% negative. Among 18 to 24-year-olds, only 20% favorable. Among Americans, only 30%. And here's the thing. Those numbers were actually stabilizing. After years of rehabilitation, the PR machine had almost pulled it off. Camilla was almost accepted. Almost. Then Andrew was arrested, and every previous royal scandal has pushed her numbers down. The trajectory only goes one direction now. Trust dropping. And the crown she clawed toward for 3 decades, it's becoming a target. Number 11. The title's weight. The title is now associated with a family under criminal investigation. Every headline about Andrew carries the word royal. Every photograph of police at Sandringham has the crown's insignia in the background. The title doesn't protect Camilla anymore. It exposes her. The title is a target. But what she lost in the palace's internal power struggle is even more dangerous. And remember the loss I told you about at number 20? The whole list builds towards it. This is where the power shifted, and it shifted fast. Number 12. William's takeover. We're almost at the 5 she'll lose next, but first, William has taken over the monarchy's Epstein response, issued the Ferguson ultimatum, challenged Charles over Christmas. Sources told Marie Claire there's a deepening rift. And Camilla? Not in the room where decisions are being made. William isn't consulting her. He's overriding her. Excluded from decisions. And the next loss took away her backup team entirely. Number 13. Beatrice and Eugenie. William warned Charles that publicly parading Andrew's daughters would drag the monarchy back into scandal. Fox News confirmed it. Beatrice and Eugenie had been covering engagements during Kate's cancer treatment, useful allies for Camilla. Now their father's arrest makes them toxic. Ferguson is shutting down companies. CNN confirmed 6 closings. Every connection Camilla had through the York branch, gone. Her backup team eliminated. But the distance Camilla maintained from Epstein for years, that collapsed on camera. And this connects directly to number 1. Number 14. Epstein distance. For years, Camilla maintained a distance from the Epstein scandal. Andrew was the target. She was the bystander. That distance collapsed on February 4th when a reporter asked her directly about Epstein's victims. Collapsed again on February 19th. And collapsed permanently on March 10th when she gave a speech about violence against women without mentioning the scandal consuming her family. She's inside it now, and the cameras caught it every single time. The distance is gone, but the loss that holds all the others together is the one no amount of money or power can fix. And 15, the one Camilla can never get back. Number 15, her certainty about the future. Camilla had a plan. Stay queen as long as possible, transfer assets, negotiate with William for a comfortable queen dowager life. The Ray Milhouse transfer proved she was already planning her exit, but the arrest blew it up. Historian Gareth Russell told Us Weekly this is potentially the biggest scandal in the last century. William is issuing ultimatums. The slimmed-down monarchy is accelerating. Camilla doesn't know what her future looks like anymore. Diana never got to plan her future. It was taken from her at 36. And now the woman who took her place can't plan hers either. That uncertainty after 30 years of clawing toward the crown is devastating. 15 things already gone. The silence, the buffer, the stability, the attention, the protesters, the ally, the home, the credibility, Kate, the trust, the title, William's cooperation, Beatrice and Eugenie, the distance, the certainty. Gone. All of it in 4 weeks. And Charles is 77 with ongoing cancer treatment. The clock isn't slowing down. But the 5 coming next are the ones she can't prevent. Based on what insiders are saying and what the investigation will reveal, these are the losses coming. And number 20 changes everything. Number 16, her charities. Charities dropped Sarah Ferguson within days. British Heart Foundation, Children's Literacy Charity, Julia's House, PBS and BBC confirmed it. Camilla supports over 100 charities. If the investigation deepens, organizations will quietly distance themselves. Not publicly, just slowly stopping invitations, finding new patrons. What happened to Ferguson's charities is the blueprint for Camilla's. Charities calculating. But what William is pushing for right now, fewer events, less visibility, is the loss she can see coming. Number 17, her role at state events. Sources told the Daily Beast William wants fewer high-impact events. If he pushes for Camilla to take a back seat, less visibility at state openings, less prominence at Trooping the Color, Charles may have no choice. The days of Camilla standing center stage may be numbered even before Charles is gone. Her spotlight shrinking. And every major scandal triggers something else. A security review. This one's coming for her. Number 18, her security detail. Andrew lost his security. Ferguson lost hers. If the investigation expands, Camilla's protection will be reassessed. A reduction sends a message. The walls are closing in. Security under review. But the loss she can see coming from a mile away is the one that erases 30 years of work. Number 19, her place in Charles' legacy. Charles wanted to be remembered as the environmental king, the modernizer. Instead, his reign is defined by Andrew's arrest, cancer treatment, and family rifts. Camilla was supposed to be his partner in legacy building. Instead, she's a footnote to scandal. When history writes about Charles' reign, the chapter about Andrew will be longer than the chapter about Camilla. She spent 30 years clawing her way to legitimacy. Andrew's arrest erased it in a single morning. The legacy rewritten. And the final loss, the one I told you about at the start, is the one that makes every other loss permanent. And 20, the one that makes all the others permanent. Number 20, time. The cancer treatment is ongoing. Every month spent managing Andrew's crisis is a month not spent building the legacy Camilla wanted. Every headline about Epstein is a headline not about their partnership. Camilla wanted these final years to cement her reputation. The library at Buckingham Palace, the charity work, being remembered as the queen who survived the backlash and came out beloved. Instead, she's watching her husband's family implode, watching protesters shout questions she can't answer, watching William build a future kingdom with no room for her. Diana died at 36 and became eternal. Camilla's 78 and running out of time to be remembered as anything other than the woman who was there when everything fell apart. It started with silence. It ends with time. And the clock doesn't stop. 20 things Camilla has lost since Andrew's arrest. 15 already gone, 5 on the way. But there's one thing that will hurt more than all 20 combined, and it's not coming from the press, the public, or Parliament. It's coming from Diana's son. If you want to see the 15 ways William will honor Diana that will break Camilla's heart, that video is right here.